Guys, so I'm gonna be performing a alkalinity test for my reef tank. Now everything is lights are barely turning on, so everything's just barely waking up. So here we go. So I went ahead and I filled my little container there with 2 milliliters of water. With these Cellifer test kits, you have the ability to stretch out your tests. So I really do recommend, that's why it states on here 100 to 200 tests, because if you do the 2 milliliters, you can do 2 drops of the KH IND, and then and then you go ahead and use this guy, and then whatever you're reading comes out to, you multiply it by 2, and that's when you get your reading. So that's what I do. I do the half, instead of the 4 drops of the KHIND, I do 2 drops, and that allows me to get more tests or more bang for my buck, right? So here we go. So I already have the 2 milliliters of water into that little vial there, and then I'll do 1, 2 drops, and then I'll shake it up for a few seconds, and pretty much you use your other syringe and you fill it up to the one. The camera won't pick it up, but you fill it up. You get from that cage reagent there, or that agent there, you fill it up to the 1 milliliter mark, and then pretty much what you do, you start doing a drop at a time until you see a color change. Now I'm gonna do it. So you should normally, it's just you do 1 drop. I already know normally. I'm gonna just add a lot because I already know normally where it stays. So I'm gonna try there for now. I'm gonna shake it up. You shouldn't. This probably not the best place to be doing this, but I can tell when it color changes, and you would too. I believe it should turn pink. I'll continue doing that until it gets color change, and then I'll continue the video. So reading here, it's at 6.5, and from the chart, give me a second. So it's 0.65, so that would be between 0.64 and 0.66, which will give me in between 5.4 and 5.1, which will give me, if I do the math and I double it up, it should give me 10.5. So 10.5, right, from alkalinity. That stays pretty stable there. The one thing I would advise is, if for whatever reason you test, just for starters, just make sure you're always testing at the same time, because it will fluctuate in different times of the day. The amount of if you're doing like me through the I put my alkalinity in the ATO, depending on how many times it's already kicked on and whatnot, right? But just try to test at the same time every day, and for whatever reason you test and let's say your alkalinity is now at 12, right? Don't panic. In this case, in my ATO, I just have tap water and soda ash, right? So in my case, what I would do is, since I want to bring it down, the best thing you can do is not panic. If you want to bring it down, your corals, yes, there might be a little stress because alkalinity is a little higher and whatnot, but do not stress. The first thing you should do is go and grab some more water. Obviously, this is if this if you're in my scenario. So grab a little bit more water and throw some into your ATO container, and that would in turn dilute the alkalinity, or the amount of alkalinity going into your tank every time the evaporation is happening, and it will slowly bring it down, right? So just don't panic, do not panic, and allow your auto top off to slowly bring it down. Because one thing you should know is never do any change fast. Obviously, if it was, unless it's something really crazy, like dramatically crazy, like, I don't know, 16 DKH or whatnot. But I would not panic. The first thing is take a deep breath and just make sure that you do not start doing any crazy thing like dumping a lot of vinegar into your tank and going crazy. So it's just best to relax and just do what like I said, just whatever you're using for your, if you're doing with a doser, and just cut back on your dosing, right? Or stop it completely so that it'll slowly consume it and go back down to where you need it. Alright guys, hope that helped somebody out.